Shalom, Priest and Officer Zabaja of the ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana. We teach that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are Israelites of the Bible, God's chosen people. That's why we have the same oppression. Now, you're looking at a picture of a brother on the top right. That is not movie makeup. On the bottom left, above my head, that is not an eye contact. In Whitby, Ontario, December 16, 2008, Dafonte Miller was attacked by an off-duty police officer, Michael Theriault, and his brother Christopher. They attacked him. They beat this brother with a pipe, right? So we're going to run through this. Michael was convicted of assault, but not the more serious charge of aggravated assault nor obstruction of justice. Him and his brother Christian's the long-haired one right here, not the bald-headed devil, right? He was acquitted of aggravated assault and obstruction of justice, right? This is a rise in significant issue of race and policing in Ontario. Court Justice DeLuca said his task was not to conduct a public inquiry on race and policing or to deliver the decision sought by the public. Good night. Listen, the Bible talks about every beast loveth his like, meaning these oppressors are going to stand up for oppressors, right? There is no way that these brothers were not supposed to be convicted of aggravated assault, right? So let's get back into it. The same court justice said his job was to determine the case based on evidence. Well, we're looking at the evidence right here. This brother, who was very young at the time, right? I believe he was, let's see if I can find his age right quick. I believe he was, hold up, bear with me. Please bear with me. He was a teenager at the time of this assault. Okay, so he was 19 at the time of this assault, right? He was 19 at the time of this assault. He lost his eye because Michael and his brother Christian beat him with a pipe. They beat him with a pipe and used the pipe in stabbing motions to keep him on the ground. It was in the early morning hours, right, while Dafonte walked through Whitby, Ontario. Right, he walked through a residential neighborhood in Whitby, Ontario. These two devils came out, saw him, and they basically asked him for his walking papers. Right, it's Black History Month, so I said I'll bring it up. Right, walking papers is when a slave would be outside and some oppressor would walk upon him and ask him for his walking papers, meaning, where's his ID? Right? Where's his papers that says he's allowed to be off the plantation? That's what these brothers did to him. They turned around and lied to the courts and said he was trying to break into their parents' car. Now, Dafonte Miller was an innocent brother. He was not trying to break into his parents' car. They wanted to beat up a black man, and that's what they did. Now, what makes this significant is the bald-headed devil was an off-duty police for the city of Toronto. There was a black police chief who said in the city of Toronto, Mark Saunders, he said it's okay to pull over black people at random and ask them for their ID. So this police officer was just doing what he was trained to do, pull over black people at random and ask them for their walking papers, just like they did to us during slavery, right? Now, the same bald-headed devil, he was convicted to 9 months in jail. This is a tragedy. This is a horrible tragedy. He was convicted to 9 months in jail. He should have been given a federal penitentiary bid. He should have been given 2 years plus a day, plus a bunch of probation time. They give brothers more time for miscellaneous crimes. Now, okay, I'm not even going to say it's miscellaneous crime, but a brother might be having a gun, right, to protect himself, and he's never used it in a violent crime, and they'll give him 2 years. Well, this devil beat an innocent man with a pipe and lied in the courts, right? While Durham police covered it up. Durham police tried to cover this up. They tried to make it seem like this brother was trying to break into a car. They actually charged him. His charges were later dropped. So again, it's Black History Month. I just wanted to bring this up so we never forget about it. Let's never forget what happened to Dafonte Miller's eye and why he is blind in one eye, and how a off-duty police officer could beat a black man with a lead pipe and only get 9 months. But if a black man commits a crime in the GTA, he gets sent to the federal penitentiary. Shalom.